keep moving on. Third story in the hit parade is a conversation that we'll be having around PJ Gillen and the Mosaic partnership that resulted there. Kelsey and our former board-based chair, DJ, want to pack that for you.
Okay, so PJ Gillen School is a K-5 elementary school within Good Spirit School Division, and we have roughly 270 students in the rural community of West Region, Saskatchewan. So in 2012, September 2012, we were faced with quite a challenge. An air quality test had come back and revealed high levels of airborne contaminants, and it became necessary to seal off a portion of our school, and the in-ground ductwork was found to be the problem. So that was completely sealed off, and the heating system was abandoned in the school. So it was in one section of our school, but the whole entire heating system was abandoned. So we were left with no heating system within our school. So our school was then equipped with temporary electric heat, so large heaters hanging from the ceiling, so anyone taller than 5'5" was likely banging their heads on this, and I was one of them. So that was where we had our heat from. Rugs were removed from our school that may have contained any of the mold spores, so that was all removed. And any furniture that could not be cleaned was also thrown out. So we had applied, GSST had applied for annually for capital funding and awaited ministry approval, and our school stayed in this state for 4 years. So we had electric heat for 4 years. We didn't have rugs or flooring in our library for that period of time. We remained kind of in that state for quite substantial. During this time, we found that the environment of our school was not conducive to a safe and positive learning environment due to the physical environmental challenges that we were facing. The electric heaters were very loud, very distracting for students. The heat was not consistent, which is an issue for us. Some rooms were too hot, some rooms were too cold to the point that our students were learning with mitts, toques, and jackets during those cold months of the winter. And then we also found that illness in our school was quite high. There was no air ventilation in our school at all, so we were told to open windows in our school to have air flow through, but during cold months or during some windows didn't open because our windows weren't exactly reused either. So some of our building or some of our rooms were quite restricted in terms of air ventilation. Our library also remained with concrete floors and glue residue for those 4 years as well. So it wasn't exactly the best learning environment. So at that time, DJ Cairns, who was our board representative during this, she worked very closely with our school, our admin team, our school SCC, and our community members to bring the environmental concerns of our school and student safety to the forefront. DJ spent many hours attending our school-based meetings to hear the concerns of staff, parents. She attended SCC meetings that were held to discuss and develop a course of action, and she listened to our staff. So our staff, she was able to give them the ear that they needed, and she provided that for them. Our parents and community members whose children and grandchildren attended our school also, DJ was able to give them the ear that they so well deserved. She was very persistent in sharing the stories of our staff members and students with prevalent community members who were able to take our concerns to the largest employer in our community, which was Mosaic. So Mosaic listened to our concerns. Many of their children attended our schools or their grandchildren attended our schools, and they agreed that the severity of the need to ensure that our students receive the best possible education. We are fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with Mosaic, who's very family-oriented and forward-thinking, and they supported PJ Gillen financially in the total of $300,000. PJ Gillen then received funding from the ministry as well as Good Spirit School Division to help ensure the proper renovations were supported, including a new heating and ventilation system, or an HVAC system, along with the proper renovations to create a positive learning environment for our students. So we had our grand opening last year, so everything has been replaced, including new windows, new heating, renovations to our paint, the environment has completely changed in our school. It's like a new school for us, really, when we walk into that building. So we thank you for hearing our story today. Without DJ's help, I don't think our story would have reached the magnitude that it did. And we definitely got the assistance that we needed to make it successful.
Thanks, Kelsey. DJ?
Yeah, so I'll just add to what Kelsey has already said. First of all, thank you for having us in and listening to us today. From my perspective, now that I'm retired from the board, I had to really dig deep because it seems like a long time ago that this all happened. But I think, looking back and reflecting on the meetings that I attended, Esterhazy is an industrious town. The people that live there, they're go-getters. The majority of the people either work for or are married to somebody that work for Mosaic, or self-employed. So this is what needs to happen. Let's do it. Let's get it done. So a big hurdle that I noticed was the red tape factor. They weren't used to the slow process and whatever. So there was a high level of frustration among the community and the parents, grandparents, etc. So I felt like I was able to bring reason to the conversation, like, you guys, we need to just tone this down, let's be reasonable, let's think about this. There's a process, and the process isn't necessarily what you're used to dealing with in your daily life. So I was able to, or I feel like I was able to diffuse that, the hot public meetings and whatever. And in one instance, there was definitely a public attack on our facilities manager, and I think I was able to kind of calm those waters and start to build a little bit of a bridge or a bit of trust there that wasn't there before. So we had in this corner parents and community members that felt like, these people, how did the school get like this? It's not safe, the kids are sick, the staff is sick, how can you trust these people? And I was able to say, look, I have 3 sons, they attend in this community, I live, work, and play in this area, I trust these people, I have a relationship with these people, if I can trust them, can you trust them a little bit on my behalf? And they were able to kind of see that, and then the waters kind of smoothed a little bit, and it made it easier to get Mosaic and GSSD and everybody kind of working on the correct path. And I guess maybe I didn't realize that I had that much communication with the board members at the table, but I guess, looking back and kind of reminiscing with Kelsey that, I did quite a bit of that back and forth and keeping, this person, this is what they said, and I think this, maybe you're interpreting it wrong, or it was at the meeting, it was felt this way, this is what was meant by that, not just a sentence on a piece of paper.
Thanks, DJ.
You're welcome.
We're going to keep on going, and my friend to my left is going to speak to you a little bit